we only lost one, and then after that it seemed like we couldn't lose.
Peke flashing. Shotwave comes down, but Peke will pick up the kill.
Я уже собирал вещи.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gambit turned this game around.
Gambit's chances at the quarterfinals stay alive.
После поражения было не очень, но знали, что у нас есть еще шанс, поэтому много бит, мы к этому были готовы.
This will be Gambit into the quarterfinals.
In dramatic fashion.
Gambit made a comeback and we say, yeah, Gambit, Gambit.
대회 데뷔전이 된 겸에 좀 세계적인 선수를 꺾고 싶은 마음이 좀 큰 것 같아요.
Who wins this gets to brag for an entire year.
So if we get to beat Fnatic, the #1 seed in Europe, we get to say North America's better until next split. So there's a lot riding on this.
The road to the biggest event in esports begins right here.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the League of Legends Season 3 World Championship. I'm Efi Shock Supporter, coming to you live from our League of Legends studio here in Los Angeles, California. And after a week of tower dives, Baron steals, and quadra kills, we're down to the final 8 teams. And today we kick off the quarterfinals with a battle between the European champions Fnatic and North America's #1 team, Cloud9. But before we get up to the match, let's send it around the studio, starting with D-Man and Jat over at the caster desk.
Thank you very much, Shocks. I am indeed Lee Deman Smith, and alongside me, of course, is Joshua Jat Leesman. And we are going to be casters for today's first best-of-3 quarterfinals matchup, Fnatic versus Cloud9.
Yeah, D-Man, Fnatic just dominated their way through the group to earn this spot in the quarterfinals, but now they have to face the most dominant team in the regular season LCS history in Cloud9. This series is unbelievable.
It is indeed going to be fantastic. Our first series is just minutes away, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, let's send it up to the interview lounge with Joe.
Thanks a lot, Demon. I'm Joe Miller, and throughout today, I'll be talking to the coaches of the quarterfinal teams to get their take on the games. But first, we need to keep this tour moving around the studio and send it over to Quickshot at the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Joe. I am Trevor Quickshot Henry alongside David Freak Turley. And today, from this very desk, we'll be bringing you the replays of the biggest moments, predictions for the games, and of course, tons of analysis.
And joining us again for the quarterfinals is our triumvirate of league knowledge, OGN caster Monte Cristo, Evil Genius Crepo, and CLG's Doubler.
Before we kick off the quarterfinal round of the Season 3 World Championship, let's take a minute to look back at the most memorable moments from the last week's 41 group stage matches.
The final day of the Season 3 World Championship group play got underway with Gambit Gaming versus Fnatic. And it was XPeke's Fizz who carried Fnatic to their 6th win in a row against Gambit, securing their spot in the quarterfinals.
Peke's going for this one, it's going to flash in, Shockwave comes down, but Peke will pick up the kill.
and they will pick up another win here against Gambit and secure their spot in the playoffs. Brilliant win from Fnatic once again.
In a make-or-break game for Vulcan, it was the same old song and dance: lead early, lose late.
Zuna now gonna be the focus as he gets exhaust. ManCloud and Smithy are both low at the back. Zuna flashes to the backside as well. So very low on both sides of the table. Are they gonna be able to chase through? Here come Ozone. There's a stun on towards him. Daddy follows around. Samsung Galaxy Ozone finish off the Nexus, finish off Vulcan, and set themselves up for a showdown with Gambit later on in the day.
With absolutely nothing to lose for either side, Fnatic and Mineski came out to have some fun.
Run for your life! Yeah, Crescendo, you done so at the Dukes, the Dukes!
And despite the loss, Mineski earned themselves some respect from the fans. Another huge game for Vulcan, another huge giveaway when it mattered the most.
Baron's still alive in the background. It's hammering onto Vulcan. Stranglethorn throws him up in the air. Baron secures one. Alex secures a second. That's a second kill now for Alexich.
And they can go for Baron!
Here comes Darian. Blocks some of that damage. He's going to try and lifesteal a little bit off the ward. Baron continues being focused. Alex gets the shutdown kill onto ManCloud. Baron is going to be secured. Ladies and gentlemen, Gambit turned this game around.
Gambit's chances at the quarterfinals stay alive.
And while Gambit maintain a hold on making it to the playoffs, Vulcan are definitely out.
Mineski shook things up once again, but they could not contain Dandy's Evelyn. And Samsung Galaxy Ozone's win triggered a one-game playoff with Gambit Gaming.
We do see the first two members of Mineski being dropped.
In just 23.5 minutes, Ozone are looking for the last quarterfinal match in their rematch against Gambit. Two teams, one playoff berth. Samsung Galaxy Ozone and Gambit Gaming battled to see who would move on to the quarterfinals and who would go home. And for the second time today, Baron took control of the game.
He got it! The question is now, we do see a steal from Dandy. That has been enough, but the question is, at what cost? The first victim of the fight is Dade, as now Genja, full HP. Voidal still alive in the background. We do see Dandy securing a kill onto Diamond Prox. Genja still untouched. Dandy jumps back in. This is a triple kill. Now Genja's the last target. He's doing the best he can to pick up kills. This is an almost ace for Ozone and the Baron.
But Gambit would hold off Ozone's final charge, sending them into the quarterfinals.
That's a flashball from Diamond! They've got him! They've got Dade! They're on to Lupa! Diamond Prox still alive! Hates spikes going down! And I tell you what, Lupa hates Elite right now! Gambit are rushing for the Nexus!
This will be Gambit into the quarterfinals!
Ladies and gentlemen, in dramatic fashion, they lose Baron and bounce back. The crowd is cheering, and this performance deserves it.
With nothing but pride on the line, Lemon Dogs got their revenge against Team Solo Mid.
Zoro follows him straight in there. Equalizer comes in. Reginald just gets melted where he stands. It's going to be Zoro that gets the kill. Tabs doing work on Dyrus. X Special, the next focus. You do see the crescendo, but it's too little, too late. 90 caliber net. Sonya's Hourglass baited in there. Urgent strike through. It's a 7-0-4 for Nuko. It will be Lemon Dogs closing it out.
It's a bit of revenge there for Lemon Dogs because they absolutely didn't like losing to TSM early on.
It only took one small mistake for SK Telecom T1 to take advantage, and the win off of Gaming Gear EU.
Lightning Surge will come out. That's going to put a lot of damage down on Bengi. Like you mentioned, he has got it, but blood prices on Barrow. Barrow comes in. Faker picks up a kill. SK Telecom will be taking victory here in Game 8 of the day up against Gaming Gear.
Only 203 on Gragas, so a very controlled game there by SKT.
The Lemon Dogs had nowhere to hide against the spears and ghouls and poison of OMG.
This is a big crazy exchange. The spear and poison combined. Cool manages to pick up the kill.
Tabs thought he was so safe over top of that wall.
It is a clean victory for OMG, keeping our perfect record intact.
Doing some very crazy things that we have not seen in competitive League of Legends, and then making it work against a top team from another region. That's one of the most impressive ways to kind of send a message to the rest of the world here.
In their final match on the world stage, TSM showed why they are the fan favorites.
All right, we warned you.
Yep, there it is. That gets a bit of a standing ovation from the Teemo lovers. Oh man, right on top of him. He's got to be running out of oxygen. He's going to come out soon. Oh, the flash flame, but they go for Sona. Some of the lowest HP in the beginning of the game. And we get first blood for Reginald, but he goes down valiantly.
Teemo could not save the day, and Gaming Gear picked up their first win in their last game of Season 3.
Gaming Gear picking up the W. in this last matchup versus Team Solo Mid in the group stage.
The two giants of Group A faced off in the last match before the quarterfinals.
Now we gotta remember that Cool's been getting the blue buffs. Faker's going in on this without the blue. Cool now to answer.
What? There it is!
Back into the
Cool
fight.
gets the outplay!
True shot barrage. No one saw that coming.
Out of nowhere, SK Telecom T1 would explode to take an inhibitor and the win.
The lockup, the knockdown, the takedown. Bengi gets the kill there.
Side going in.
Way too close. The exhaust is there, but it's not going to be enough. They are going to fall one after the other in the I think I can mentality. But I think I can. They really can't.
SKT can. They're going 3 turns in a row and another kill.
Inhibitor turn in 12 minutes. SKT will put a tarnish on OMG's record in the group stage with this win.
That video just gave me goosebumps. And I think to pick a single highlight from the entire week is impossible, but that SKT just turn on at 12 minutes was crazy.
They just kept going. Every single skill shot landed, the charms, the cocoons. Scary team, obviously.
6 kills, 3,000 inhibitor. Anyways, guys, after an incredible week of games in the group stage, today we kick off the quarterfinal round. Let's take a look at the full tournament bracket. In the top half of the bracket, it is the #1 seed from the Southeast Asia and Taiwan region, the Gamma Bears. They will be taking on Korea's SK Telecom T1. And in the second quarterfinal matchup, it's Korea's top seed, Najin Black Sword, facing off against Gambit's Europe.
And of course, in the bottom half of the bracket, it's China's top team Royal Club battling their regional rival OMG. And in our first matchup today, though, is North America's #1 seed Cloud9 facing the European champions Fnatic.
I thought I just gave them to Gambit Europe. Anyways, guys, these matchups are going to be amazing. Let's take a quick look at them all, starting with the very top of the bracket, the one I didn't get wrong. Gamma Bears versus SK Telecom T1. Monty, what's your take on this game?
I mean, we still don't know a lot about two teams, which are Najin Blacksword and the Gamma Bears. I think they've got a really tough road. Can they do it? I'm not sure. I think SK Telecom's the favorite, but you never know. They may have a secret strategy prepared. I'm really excited for that match.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that game. And of course, the winner of that game will head to the semifinals where they will meet the team that makes it out of the battle between Gambit's Europe and Najin Black Sword. Doublelift, what do you think about this matchup?
Gambit has shown that they can clutch it out when it really matters. But it's hard to say how this matchup is going to go because there's such little information. It's almost impossible to scout Najin Blacksword right now because they haven't competed in Champions, or they did last season, but they lost that in groups.
Well, also, it's interesting, too, because there was an interview done with Alex Ich where before the draw where they said, what team do you not want to face? And he said, Blacksword, because we have no idea what they're doing in this tournament in terms of like their strategy and preparation and how do you get a read on these guys. So.
Yeah, even more difficult to note, they do have those 2 mid laners here with them, so they can swap that out at any time. Makes it even more difficult. Now, on the bottom half of the bracket, let's talk a little bit about Royal Club and OMG. Freak, what's your take on the two Chinese teams?
So this is interesting because OMG has actually traditionally been the stronger team. They won the spring season, they won the summer season of the LPL. But of course, in the actual regional, Royal Club got the better of those two teams. Now, also, these two teams are very, very aggressive, and so you're going to have a lot of action, but OMG's just kind of been more consistent, so it's going to be a bit of a difference, but a bit of a similarity as well.
Definitely going to be fun to watch that one. Loads of kills, I'm sure. And that, of course, brings us to today's first quarterfinal matchup, Fnatic versus Cloud9. Crepo, what do you think of this game?
I think it's really important for Fnatic that they're coming out of groups with a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence. But speaking to Cloud9, they showed a lot of confidence as well. So both teams are really ready for it. We'll have to see who brings out the most.
Well, coming into the tournament completely cold is a really big disadvantage because Fnatic has played 8 matches in the same place that they're going to play today in the quarterfinals. I mean, they're just so warmed up, they're so ready, they're used to the setups, which is really important. And another thing is that Cloud9 is going to have a really hard time dealing with Xpeke. This guy is a monster. Seems really hard to shut down. Even when he's been 2v1, he seems to pull ahead because he runs TP. He just makes the plays for his team.
Yeah, it's been interesting to talk to both teams as well. Fnatic came into this and they've been very measured, very deliberate, very thoughtful throughout the entire tournament in my conversations with them. And Crepo and I were talking to Cloud9, and they seem very confident going into this. But I actually, from our conversations, wonder if they're a little bit overconfident. I think they're really treading that line in terms of their attitude right now.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. I mean, like, as somebody that's been on the stage, and I know you've been bitten by overconfidence once before.
It's always really important to stay a little humble. I mean, it's fine to get confident, but you have to be careful you don't pull it too far. I've only done it once. Somebody asked me to spice up a pre-match, and I talked some trash, and then I got royally screwed.
What match was that?
That was a match against Gambit in Poland, and I made a little stab at Edward, and then Edward showed me the ropes for that one. Henceforth, I'm never ever trash talking again.
Confidence in measured amounts works. Talk to me about the game, Fnatic Cloud9.
Yeah, so actually after watching most of the group stage games, I thought actually that Fnatic and Cloud9 were arguably the two strongest teams in the entire tournament. I'm going to get called a fanboy for that, but it was my honest opinion here. But the thing is, I feel like Fnatic has an edge because they've got so much international experience. They played in Season 1. They won the whole thing. They've played a bunch of teams here. Whereas Cloud9, they're just largely untested. They might just be amazing and still come out strong, but not having fought Fnatic, that's a difficulty.
Yeah, being able to execute what you've theorized off the Rift is where it's going to matter now for Cloud9. Yeah. Guys, last week we had you all try to predict the winners of all 40 group stage games, and I have to say you actually did very, very well. I was expecting worse, but not good enough to beat the viewers. Let's take a look at the analyst desk standings. As we mentioned already, in first place it is the viewers. Congratulations for besting our experts. In second place it is Monte Cristo. And tied for third, it's the rest of you guys. And let's be fair, there is only 2 games between everybody, so I think we're all pretty good at this.
Yeah.
Big grin for Monty. All kidding aside, the race for first place amongst you is incredibly tight, and with only 7 more predictions remaining until the champions hoist that Summoners Cup, every choice is critical, especially now that every match is worth up to 2 points for this quarterfinal series. So it's time to get your predictions in for the winner of the very first game. Krep, I want to start with you. Fnatic or Cloud9, who's going to take it?
I'll have to go with Fnatic, partly because I'm repping Europe here, and I just think they've been playing so well. If you would have asked me before the tournament, my vote would have been on Cloud9. But Fnatic really showed in groups that they're getting constantly better and better and better. They're not making the mistakes they were. They've had games where they were behind. They still bounce back from that. They never crumbled under the pressure. And they have this really, really annoying playstyle to play against. And I think their individual laners are going to be really strong against Cloud9.
Yeah, I agree with Crepo. I'm going to take Fnatic here as well. Cloud9's a very good team. They've got excellent teamwork, but I think that the laning phase is really going to be problematic, especially with how strong Fnatic's lanes are. And again, I agree with Crepo as well. They've shown the ability to come back. And Cloud9's strength has been in their rotations to take objectives, and it's a lot harder to do that when you're playing against a team like Fnatic that uses teleports so well. So they think they're going to have some bumps.
Well, I'm going with Cloud9. I toss and turn on this one so much. Thank you, crowd. Originally I went with Fnatic, but then I remembered what region I'm from. I'm from America. I believe in the American dream. I believe in Manifest Destiny, and I'm ready to rep. This is America's last hope. Like, you can't discount them. They went 30-3 in a season. That's unprecedented. These guys are really good, and I just believe in America. Yeah. In America.
Well, so the unfortunate thing here is, to my recollection of history, Manifest Destiny only applied to taking over North America. It didn't apply to taking over the world. And I wanted to believe in Cloud9, and as Crepo said, before the tournament started, I thought Cloud9 was a heavy favorite over all the European teams. But watching Fnatic play here, they're just so scary right now. I think if Cloud9 wants to win, it's snowballing an early lead and closing the game out in 23 minutes like they did throughout a lot of the NA season. If it's a 20-minute game, it's a Cloud9 game. If it's anything past that, I think Fnatic holds the edge.
Ooh, with all the predictions locked in, it's time for you guys and all of your fellow viewers to make your picks. Head over to lolesports.com, click on schedule near the top of the page, hit the quarterfinals tab, and of course, vote.
And once you've made your picks, head over to Twitter and let us know which team's play style has impressed you the most during Worlds so far and why. We are at LOL Esports, and be sure to use the hashtag Worlds. We'll be reading the best responses on air later today, and if one of them is yours, you'll get a Logitech G602S gaming mouse.
Guys, we do need to take a very quick break, but when we return, we kick off the quarterfinals of the Season 3 World Championship with the battle between the LCS champions Fnatic versus Cloud9. It's a best-of-3 series with a trip to the semi-finals on the line. Stick around, we'll be right back.